Eita, que as motos estão passando com tudo hoje. Vai ter... Acho que vai ter bastante... Eu ia falar efeito. Vai ter bastante som de moto hoje, pelo visto. Pelo menos por enquanto. Tá, peraí. Deixa eu ver. Ai, cadê esse negócio? Deus do céu. Aqui. Prontinho. Deixa eu ver se tá bonitinho aqui a live. Se meu som tá saindo direitinho. Tá saindo direitinho. Ah, parece que sim, viu? Agora sim. Sejam todos muito bem-vindos, bem-vindas, bem-vindos à minha live de hoje para ler mais HOMESTUCK, neste que é um ato muito grande. Ele tem mais de 600 páginas, se eu me lembro bem. Nós estamos na página 7526 e esse ato aqui só vai acabar, essa parte da história pelo menos, ela só vai acabar depois da página 8000. Ou seja, tem chão. Mas tudo bem, estamos aqui para isso. Vai adotar um...
cavalo.
O som saiu pelo lugar errado, peraí. Oh, não.
É pior que cavalos!
Ah, que coisa. Tá saindo pelo lugar errado. Essa fala ficou bem estranha, né, gente? Deixa eu só solucionar aqui essa parada. Tá, agora eu acho que vai dar certo.
Cavalo.
Não, não deu certo. Putz. E se eu fizer isso aqui, ó?
É pior que cavalos!
Não, não deu em nada. Aí brincou. Uma zebra que é pior do que cavalo. Seja bem-vindo, Xande, aliás. Desculpa não ter falado antes. Ai, gente, tá. Eu estou tendo problemas com... Ah, acho que é isso.
Cavalo.
Não, não é isso.
É pior que cavalos!
Tá foda, hein? Eu mudei recentemente umas paradas aqui.
Cavalo.
E agora eu não tô sabendo lidar com essa mudança.
É pior que cavalos!
Ah, não importa o que eu faça, ele quer sair aqui, né? Que coisa. Bom, agora já era, eu acho. Não sei o que fazer. Cavalo.
Cavalo.
Vai ficar saindo pelo coisa, eu vou ter que desligar isso aqui. Se eu desligar, o que que ele faz?
É pior que cavalos!
Ele vai continuar tocando, só que, né? Saco. E se... Vocês estão ouvindo a música, né? Deixa eu ver. Deixa eu ver. Sim, tá dando eco. Ah, fuck. Não sei o que fazer. Eu acho que eu teria que sair e voltar no OBS. Peraí. Será que eu posso mexer nessas coisas enquanto eu estou em live? Essa que é a minha dúvida. Ah, well. Então acho que hoje não vai ter barulho do soundboard. Não tô conseguindo fazer ele funcionar na parte que eu quero. O que é uma pena.
É pior que cavalo!
Ah, consegui fazer funcionar. Eu não sei o que eu fiz.
Cavalo.
Eu não sei o que fiz, mas deu certo.
É pior que cavalos!
Aliás, um som melhor pra situação seria isso daqui.
Eu sei lá, porra.
Sei lá o que eu fiz, mas deu certo. A insistência é a solução. Então, depois de alguns minutos de live, vamos finalmente voltar a ler aqui. Kiss My Shame Globes. Se vocês se lembram bem, ou caso não se lembrem bem, a gente estava lendo a parte da história em que a Vriska pede pro Karkat desenhar o plano dela para derrotar o Lord English. E o Karkat, ele tá fazendo uma greve. E a Vriska tá falando assim, ah, você não quer fazer as coisas de bom grado? Então você vai fazer do seu jeitinho e eu vou acabar fazendo o seu trabalho por você. Tá tipo isso. Ou seja, Vriska sendo Vriska e Karkat sendo Karkat. Que ele está azedo porque ele não está podendo ser o líder da missão. Oh, yes, another true work of art has been made here today. Anyway, this ugly customer you see here? This is the Jack native to the session we're in now. Ah, sim, eles têm que derrotar os outros Jacks, né? Não só o Lord English. E também a Her Imperious Condescension, a Condessa. Somehow, he got possessed by, or like infused with, Lord English's crazy, ridiculously destructive magical energy. I have no idea why or how this happened, how it's theoretically even possible, or why we should actually care. The fact of the matter is, it happened, and now we have to deal with this hideous rainbow-eyed monstrosity. Given what I have learned about Lord English's abilities, this will make his attacks quite lethal, and he will be extremely difficult to kill. Ou também dito de outra forma, extremely difficult to exterminate. O ato sem fim. Essa parte da história é uma das que enrola, né? Tem bastante página. Não tá enrolando. Enrolar mesmo acho que é o começo do ato 6. Boa noite, Vimon. Senti sua falta, cara. Onde é que você tava? Tudo bom? In fact, that fucking rainbow energy might just give him the highest constitution ranking of any adversary, possibly making him the toughest one here to actually kill off. The only reason he's not at dog tier threat level is cause for all his power, at least it's localized to whatever he happens to be. He's about as slow as any of us lowly non-omnipotents. He's not quite as relevant to keep occupied or even to defeat as the Condess herself, but he's still going to be huge trouble when he gets here. You're going to need to stick some really good fighters on him. My advice is also to seriously prepare for casualties during that fight. De vez em quando eu dou uma uma coisada nas palavras aqui. As the group's chief healer, Jane's going to need rapid access to the multiple fronts of this battle. More on that later. Ai, Zips, por que às vezes você lê que nem britânico e às vezes você lê que nem norte-americano? Porque é tudo uma performance e é isso. Ai, meu Deus, tem um honk ali, deixa eu fazer barulhinho. Sinto muito, inglês não é minha língua materna, então pra mim chega a ser uma performance. Oh, eu tô bem, obrigado por perguntar. That brings us to RoboJack. He's the Jack originating from our session. Remember him, Carcut? We hatched a plan with him to take down the Black Queen. Seems like so long ago, doesn't it? Now, apparently, he's got some cybernetic upgrades? Who the fuck knows how that happened? Or, for that matter, why or how he's on his way here now. My mind boggles trying to even picture the amount of stupid shit he's been through between now and when we knew him. Put this on the ever-lengthening list of garbage that doesn't matter and nobody cares about. The fact is, we have no idea what his affiliations are at this point, but like I'm always saying, best to just plan for the worst and assume this is just another scrub we've gotta kill. He's the lowest on the threat level, though his various enhancements and accessories may pose more of a challenge than we bargained for. He's also traveling with a juju known for its high storage capacity, so he's possibly packing company. Maybe a lot of company. I won't get into that now, though. You're going to need to reserve a squad for dealing with this guy and whoever he's brought along for the ride. It's a lesser priority, so I'd recommend an ensemble of third stringers. No offense to whoever those brave souls may be. Every lamewad has their place in an epic battle, and everyone's effort counts. Egbert-looking kid, I'm looking at you. Possibly you too, Tavros. Maybe. Não aguento que ele põe vírgula até nesses momentos aqui, isso é muito Tavros. A caracterização dos personagens nessa história é muito boa, é uma das coisas que eu mais gosto. Tem personagem pra caralho, mas todos eles têm uma personalidade legal de, tipo, pra ser um personagem. Não, nem todos têm uma personalidade gostável, mas em questão de criação de personagem, que é um foco muito grande na minha vida, porque eu também gosto de criar história, isso é legal. That covers the overall tactical situation. Great job, Carcut. Really, just an all-around great job. I mean that. Thank you. Now, listen. We've gotta keep these battles spread out across the sessions so you all don't start tripping on each other's toes, turning this into more of a clusterfuck than it already is. That means you need to station teams ready to intercept the jacks wherever they're coming from. You also need to launch your lightning strike raid on the Candace before any of them get here. As for your party's healer, like I said, she'll need to be highly mobile, né? So, what you need to do is lay out a network of key portals and transporters so she can make the rounds and be in tight communication with her. One of you less relevant, more mobile folks should get on that now. See? Scatter window portals like these around the various battle sites. Yo, did you loot my house or something? Please don't interrupt. Transportalizers will work too, if you can get them all hooked up right. This is definitely busy work, but it's also really important. So, we need someone competent in charge of this. I think I can handle that. Yeah? Yes? I'm quite mobile in this new form. Also, I think my abilities will help with forecasting the optimal network to lay out, along with helping Jane coordinate her routes during battle. Plus, I have to admit, I kind of relish the idea of being a relevant party member, particularly since I think it is inherently true now. Okay, Rose Sprite? That's great. You can volunteer for that job if you want. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll be diving up the roles momentarily, but cool, we have you down for that. Again, it's critical. The whole party will need to defend Crocker's life at all costs. She can't get sucked into any combat. If she dies, you could all be fucked. Be sure to fill her in on the logistics whenever Arqueus has finished deprogramming her. Everyone got it? Awesome. Since that pretty thoroughly covers the full tactical situation, we can move on to the real strategizing. Now we can assign combat roles. Vriska, wait. Before you go, I just wanted to say, I'm really impressed with your strategy analysis so far. Strategic. You really seem to be all over this. I wouldn't even know where to begin figuring all this stuff out. Anyway, I'm glad we have your back on our side. Oh, thanks, John. Just thought I'd say. I didn't want you to go through all this stuff for us, thinking it was going unappreciated. Anyway, please continue. You got it. Now it's time to divide everyone into teams. Let's go down the list of foes again, and assigning party members to each battle. Once again, starting from the top. Podemos parar pouco e apreciar o fato de que o John é amorzinho? Ele é muito good guy. Não é nice guy, ele é good guy mesmo. Vamos lá, temos a gostosa... Ah, a Condessa. The Condess. We'll need a team to raid Durst again, but this time for all the marbles. And remember, the raid has to start before the rest of the action, to keep her from getting the upper hand. And the party has to be at least good enough to, if not defeat her, keep her busy for a long time. So, who wants a piece of the sea witch? Me and me, elas falaram ao mesmo tempo. Acho que é a primeira vez que acontece isso aqui, né? Tipo, pra duas pessoas falarem ao mesmo tempo e daí eu ia falar o roteiro, o diálogo fica assim. Alright, I've got 2 takers from the Lalonde camp. We need more though. Who else? I'll go. You sure, John? I think so. From what you said, it sounds like this is the most important battle. If we don't keep her busy, everything could get messed up. I think I'd be good at that. I can use all my windy powers for distraction and such. Okay, you're with the Lalondes then. Make it count. I may as well go too. It would be a shame if the party defeating the woman who terrorized our planet for ages had no representation from our species. Shame or not, I'm afraid that won't work, Kanaya. Why not? You can't join their party. Well, not yet at least. There's another critical role which you specifically need to play first. We can't risk losing you in battle until it's complete. What is it? I'll explain later, after the teams are set. Doguinho. Okay, let's say Team Candace is good enough for now, with John, Rose, and Roxy. Next foe, Dog Jack. Like I said, we're banking on the Perspition keeping him busy, so he's not an immediate battle priority. We won't designate a team for him right now, but, as I mentioned, in the event Jade wakes up for some reason, she should be reserved exclusively for this fight. That means someone needs to tell her, if not in person, than some other way. Perhaps leave a reminder for her, maybe tied to her finger or something. Blink, blink, wink, wink. Others can join the fight against him if need be, once their targets have been dealt with. Until then, better to let the heavy hitters keep him in check. Ai, desculpa pela minha leitura, tô toda zoada. Enfim, todo ensanguentado esse bicho aqui. Essas imagens ficaram ótimas. A perspectiva do Russi é bem legal. Dinâmica. Next, Lord Jack. Who wants dibs on this guy? I guess that's me. Okay, Dave. There are all these rumors swirling around that I've got a bit LE anyway. Which is probably bogus, but whatever. Killing this guy at least would be the next best thing, right? So maybe if I do that, I could like put the prophecy to rest? Eu gosto de falar next best thing. Next best thing. Pra mim é tipo trava-língua. Next best thing. Na verdade é trava-cérebro, né? Next best thing. Falando assim, todo pausado e lento, consigo. Agora falar tudo rápido é difícil. Next best thing. Sempre sai estranho. That logic sounds reasonable to me, for what it's worth. I never bought into the idea that you were supposed to be the one to kill English anyway, so that's one down. Who else? Okay, why not? You sure, Terezi? You're not immortal, remember. And this one's going to be tough. You said we need good fighters to go at this guy, and I think I'm pretty decent. At least at stabbing things, so I'll go. Besides, someone has to witness Dave's heroism if he wants to be let off the hook for that prophecy. Hey, it's your decision. Anyone else? What about Dave's bro? I heard he's supposed to be hot shit. Yeah, sure. That's fine if, you're comfortable volunteering someone who isn't here for a deadly battle. It's cool if you want to do that. Dave, come on. As if it's not extremely likely he'd seek you out upon getting here anyway. Why don't we just pencil him into the tin as probably? Just be sure to debrief him on the whole situation when he gets here. Think you can handle that, Dave? Okay, great. Eu gosto de como a Vriska não espera as pessoas responderem, ela só parte pro próximo assunto. Rude. Fala, Dr. Zu! Fala, Rica, como vai você? Tudo bom? Se perdeu, a gente teve toda uma situação com... Eu não tava conseguindo fazer funcionar o sonzinho direito, mas aí eu já consegui. Ah, eu tô bem. Which reminds me, what about you, Arqueus? Falando em cavalo. How do you want to fit into this? I haven't decided yet. I'm going to crunch some more numbers in the vast combat matrix I just compiled now, in the micro-blink of a nanosecond, to deduce the optimal strategic appropriation of my assets, i.e. muscles. Joining real Dave in battle is semi-tempting, but I do not wish to horn in on real Dirk's shit. Instead, I would prefer to blaze my own trail, with my own hooves. I always wanted to do something really important and heroic. I mean, aside from all the other stuff I have done like that, which is quite a lot. But something quite grandiose and perfectly unmistakable as a gesture turning the tide of fortune for all of existence. This is what I have always desired. Well, that is to say, both halves of me once had such an ambivalent desire, which was compromised by our respective internalized conflicts. But together, that desire is fully realized, no longer ambivalent. Nay, it is now fully bivalent, perhaps even univalent. I would like my gesture to shock everyone. It must come from out of the blue, make virtually no sense, stun all involved, and have a lasting, profoundly unintelligible impact on all future and pseudo-future events. Does this answer your question? Oh, sorry, I was just temporarily mesmerized by your incredible spiel. Needless to say, I absolutely agree with your philosophy on heroic action and wanting to do something important. In any case, you've earned the right to do whatever the fuck you want just by dint of being awesome. End of story. Okay, next.
É pior que cavalos!
Pronto. Carmou as bichas aí? Vamos lá. We need to designate a team from Robojack and his entourage. Alright, full disclosure, this is where things get kind of stupid. Even talking about this guy and his crew is probably a waste of good tactical analysis, but the fact is, he's going to be here, and you're going to have to deal with this bullshit with his bullshit. I strongly recommend the dregs of your party get stuck with mop-up duty on this. Really, I'm kind of laughing already. Oh man. I really don't want to spoil too much fun for you guys, but no, I shouldn't. What? Okay, intelligent reports I have gathered, namely through a bit of time-hopping reconnaissance, suggest that Robojack may, I repeat, may, be in transit with a bunch of green time-traveling idiots in that Alvin. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, if true, none of these bozos are particularly powerful. They'll mainly just be a nuisance. So, who wants to deal with them? Huh? Hey kid! Yes, I'm talking to you again. God damn it, what was his name again? Joke? Friska, stop! It's Jape, and you know it. Listen, Joke, snap out of it. I'm talking to you. Oh, sorry. This is a strategy session, Joke. Please stay alert. Now, do you think you can handle being on this team? Awesome. That's the spirit. This assignment should be right up your alley, kid. Who else? Me. I'll do it. Thanks for volunteering, Tavros. This fight is pretty well suited to your skill set, too. And you can join Joke here to help him get ready. But there's one thing I need you to do before the battle starts. Oh, really? What? I'll explain to you later in private, but it's critical and something only you can do. Oh, that makes me the funny feelings combinations of skeptical, nervous, and excited. Good. That's exactly how you should be feeling about it, trust me. So, anyone else wants to step forward? Are you fucking with me now? Come again? Well, let's see if I'm telling this up right. John and Alon's 1 and 2 are on Team Candace. The Strider Bros and Pyrope are on the Lord team. Jade, when not on nap duty, is on the dog team exclusively. The mayor isn't doing shit cause I am personally seeing to it that not a single post-apocalyptic tatter on his head gets harmed. Crocker is on healing detail and Alone 3 volunteered to support that. Kanaya has some vague yet to be explained mission to do, and so does Tavros. And Joke here just got shunted off to the Pee-wee League. So who the fuck is even left aside from me? And the fucking cat, I guess. Are you sure we shouldn't pick a role for Rose's fucking cat loses before moving on to the absolute bottom of the barrel, sometimes referred to as the Ventus Zone? Oh, great point, Car Kid. Hey there, kitty. Meow. What would you like to do? I would like to eat some tuna fish and cuddle with either Roxy or Rose or both. Oh, okay, that can be your very important job. Don't let us down. Thank God we sorted that out. Now that we've established the kitty cat is heading up the fish-eating operation, I think we can safely proceed to the rung of strategic importance directly below that. The infamous "what is Cricket going to do" rung. And since everyone else has a job, and my skills are relatively unimpressive, I'll have to sign up for Team Dipshit too. Hell, even the kid in the banana hammock is a god tier at least. So, I guess that means I'll be taking orders from him? Sure, why not? Second in command to a third-rate hero. Sounds about right to me. Cricket, yes, you're absolutely right that you basically suck, and that as a tactical resource, you should be managed accordingly. But you aren't joining Joke's team, or doing any fighting for that matter. Like Kanaya, there's another more pressing matter reserved for you. In fact, it's the same as hers. What the fuck? When were you planning on telling me this? Cricket, I already alluded to this when you waltzed over, interrupted my conversation with Kanaya, and pretended you weren't flirting with me, remember? Oh, right. Well, what's this pressing matter? I'm getting to that. Very soon, in fact. I just needed to get the team squared away first. Okay, well, are they? Looks like it. So that means Jake, really is a one-man team designated for Robojack and his oven bozos? Apparently. You okay with that, kid? You can do it. Just believe in yourself or whatever the fuck. When in doubt, just remind yourself that battle isn't even particularly important, and help could be on the way once some of the other battles start coming to some sort of resolution. Just hang in there. Okay. Excellent. That concludes the tactical planning part of this debriefing. It's all perfectly logical, right? No questions or anything? Cool. Really, I shudder to think that what you numbskulls would be doing if I weren't around, like John just implied with his nice remarks. He really did you all the biggest fucking favor in the history of time shenanigans by clobbering me in the face 3 years ago. You should all make him a gift basket when this is over to show your gratitude. No need to thank me, of course, I'm just doing my job here. Now, let's go over some really basic non-combat endgame stuff, then we'll be ready to break. First, about Kanaya and Cricket's mission, I alluded to a minute ago. This is really important. You both listening? Yes? No? Okay, well, 1 out of you 2 isn't bad. As long as Kanaya understands, that's mainly what matters, since she's the more important part of this equation. Wow, I'm fucking shocked. What do we, or excuse me, what does she have to do? You both have to go to Jade's planet and see Echidna. Even though this session is about as far from normal as it can possibly get, the same basic rules apply. Someone needs to seek an audience with her and get her to agree to release the Genesis frog, or the tadpole that grows up to become the frog, which is the stage of development he's in at this point. Remember, Kanaya? You had to do this on your planet to get our frog released into Skya. Yeah. She asked me to do something impossible, to which I replied, "That's impossible." So she ended up demanding that I fight her, so I did, which made me feel sad. I'd rather not to have to do that again. Will I have to do that again? If that's what she wants, then yes. Why does it have to be me though? Because someone has to. Sources tell me this is the plan the Countess had for you, before we derailed all her shit. You keep talking about all these sources? Who are all these sources? Did Arqueus tell you this too? No, look, I've been busy, okay? Information is everywhere if you know where to look. Theirs has a lot of agents on the inside who are wise to the old lady's plans. Calma, peraí. Shaking the bushes for good intel isn't that complicated. It just takes a little effort. Some people on this lily pad should maybe try looking into that sometime, if you say so. Would you just put a lid on it for a second and listen? Normally Jade would be the one to do this, but at the time Jade had become corrupted, so I guess Echidna wouldn't deal with her. And now Jade's asleep. Which is exactly how she needs to stay. So that leaves the person Echidna requested in Jade's absence, which is you. I'm assuming because you were also a space player, so you'll be able to understand her garbled nonsense language. But that's not all there is to it. She also requested you bring Karkit. Ugh, why the hell would she want to see me? No idea. Denizens are mysterious. Maybe she wants a night along, or a blood player, or maybe she just wants a bone to pick with you in particular. You know, since you and Kanaya were both involved in the frog breeding stuff in our session, and let's face it, you kind of messed that up. You were pretty hasty and reckless about it, and the result was a defective frog. Sure, there's more to it than that, like problems with the human session that were totally interrelated with ours due to cyclical time garbage, but you get the point. Echidna probably doesn't take kindly to people who are cavalier with the sacred frog duties. That's kind of her domain, like the propagation of existence and all that. So maybe you've got some stuff to atone for before she agrees to let another precious frog out of her divine custody. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Trying to make me feel bad about some ancient history, so I'll be nervous about this encounter. Well, I'll spare you the trouble. I'm already nervous. I don't want to go prostrate myself before a babbling snake goddess, even under ideal circumstances. Kargat, relax. I'm guessing this will just be a sort of formality. That's how things always struck me with her. Like getting the blessing from a queen or some huge mythical matriarch before proceeding with some incredibly important event or claiming a cosmic reward. Or maybe you'd have to just kill her again? I don't see what difference it makes. Really, who knows what her real purposes are? They're probably totally unfathomable. Eu gosto de falar essa palavra, unfathomable. Echidna is kind of a big deal denizen, one of the real heavy hitters, like that other guy, the really strong one with a ridiculous name. She might even be the biggest deal. She's the mother of all denizens. I mean, not in a literal sense, like I really doubt she physically spawned them all. So, if she wants you to do something, it's serious. And if you need to do something of massive cosmic significance, like release a frog that contains an entire universe in its belly, then by the same token, it has to go through her. The other denizens are a bunch of petty grumbling riddle merchants by comparison. You should feel honored she even wants to see you. How are we even sure she has a frog to release? Who made this frog? The jokers from this session? I thought they spent months doing nothing. It's the same frog Jade made, with Kanaya's help, remember? Hell, you may have been involved in that process too. I don't recall every single detail. But it fell in the forge on Jade's planet back in the old session, and now Jade's planet is here. Hence, the frog is here too. It's just been, let's say, hibernating inside the planet for a few years. Echidna kept it warm for us until we were ready, which is now. Okay, yeah, I remember now. So the contest was going to make us do this originally? Why? Because her goal was pretty much the same as ours, to win this game and create a universe. The battle taking place here isn't over whether one will be created. It's over who gets to control it when it's made. Ideally, that should be us, rather than a genocidal fish dictator. In fact, we don't want anyone to control it. Nobody should control a universe. That's what bad guys try to do. We just want it to be a nice place to live, and free of any controlling influence that will make life miserable for the people who live there. Having an attitude about the ultimate reward that differs from that in any way was just another thing we fucked up the first time around. So let's just be clear on what we're fighting for here. Got it? Yeah, you've made your point. Next item, Earth. When you enter the new universe, you're going to need a planet to live on. Why not just resettle the one you all grew up on? The contest kind of fucked it up though. In your scratched universe, she spent a few centuries getting it ready for a neutral paradise. She flooded the whole thing, so when you get there, you'll need to skip ahead to some far in the future when the oceans have receded. Should be livable by then. Hell, it may even be a pretty nice place. Here, John, take this. When the battle is over, make sure you give it to Jade. What is it? It's Earth. Remember how 3 years ago you told Terezi we needed your wallet, but you didn't have it? Well, in the time since, we talked about it a lot, and figured this was most likely the reason she told you to give it to us. It wasn't a big deal, actually. We spent some time deciphering the code for your wallet. It took a little while, and a few lucky guesses on the code digits, but we eventually got there. Then I just used it to upgrade my much cooler 8-ball modus. You hacked my dad's wallet? Sure. Like I said, we had some time on our hands. It is after all just a fucking wallet. It's not like it's some legendary item he got on some mythical dad quest. I mean, he did buy the thing somewhere, right? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I still think it's a pretty special thing. Nope. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It is literally just a wallet. Anyway, then, before I did the scouting work on this session, I rode the meteor through the gate, watched it crash on Earth, then just capture-locked the whole damn thing and got out of there. No sweat. Presumably like Greenbark Jade was supposed to if she wasn't asleep. Again, it was a pretty good plan, she just never saw me coming. Sorry, Candy, if you want your waterlogged little globe back, you have to pry it from John's dead hands now. Yeah. Não é uma coisa muito legal de se ouvir, né? Mas enfim. Those are the important things to remember. But don't forget the basics. Remember to finish building up your hives as far as they'll go. Then, deploy the grease rigs, which will disperse your planet's hordes into Skya, giving it the nutrients it needs to mature the frog. This is Grub 101 stuff. But I guess it bears repeating since most of you have never actually made it this far. When the hordes are empty and Skya is ready, then all you have to do is make sure someone's in position to ignite the forge. Then everyone rendezvous right back here on the lily pad to claim the ultimate reward, which is represented by the hive-shaped thingy with a door on it that leads to the new universe. Any questions before we kick this into action? O pior de tudo é que ela explicando essas coisas é de fato importante. É meio maçante de ler, mas é de fato importante porque tudo isso vai fazer sentido depois, quando tiver acontecendo os caralho todo da luta. E daí quando chegar no final da história, aí você vai entender tudo que ela tá falando. Mais ou menos, né? Mas explicando assim as coisas que tem que acontecer, do jeito que tem que acontecer, é meio chato, eu admito. Yes, I have one. Vriska, what's your part in all this, aside from making all these airtight plans? You've been making it sound like you won't be here when all this happens. Of course I won't. I'll be off doing something much more important than all this. I'm traveling to the furthest ring to go kill Lord English. What? Wow. Isn't that going to be, hard? Of course it will be. Are you sure you can even do that? Like, by yourself, I mean. John, I'm not an idiot. I won't be diving into this blindly. See, somewhere out there in the incomprehensible causal stew of the furthest ring, there was once a plan that was coming together to defeat him once and for all. It involved a secret weapon, an army, and all sorts of other shenanigans. Yeah, this sounds weirdly familiar. Oh, I'm sure it does. But the point is, along the way, that plan stalled out. It went nowhere because the party involved disintegrated and lost our way. So someone needs to light a fire under that shit again, and I don't see anyone else stepping forward. How are you going to do that? Let me worry about that. You have your hands full enough as it is. A Jade dormindo ali no cantinho. Bonitinho demais, cara. Deixa eu ver se eu consigo salvar essa imagem aqui pra ela ser a thumbnail. Vou tentar, né? So is that it? Is that the end of the school strategy jam / fun reunion? That's it. That's the whole situation, my whole plan, and everything you need to do. Good luck, everyone! Human Golf Clap. Deixa eu ver se eu tenho algo parecido com isso aqui pra tocar. Thanks, Pyrope. Respirar um pouquinho aqui. Respirar é bom. Alright, so what now? Kanaya, I guess we had to... What was it? Low Jade? Like, right now? Since I guess the clock is ticking. Low Faf. And yes. Se tá fresquinho, aqui choveu, então tá assim. Right, and we're supposed to go after the Candace really soon too, right? Candace. Candace. And yes, but not like right away? These are still a couple hours for us to... Nossa, eu li muito mal. There are still a couple hours for us to prepare, which we should use to come up with a fighting strategy. Yeah. I wish Jade and Nana could be awake for this. I really want to talk to them and let them in on all the cool stuff we're about to do. I guess they have to stay asleep for a while though. Oh well. Hey Jake, huh? Want to come make plans with us? We can help you figure out how to deal with RoboJack and whatever hooligans he's bringing. Oh, Yeah, thanks, John. Maybe. Okay. Hey, Dave. We should probably work out a fighting strategy too, since it sounds like we've got a real nasty one to deal with. Yeah, but what? I don't know. It feels weird to make some battle plans when one of our team members still isn't here. Well, I think we can at least outline the strategy, right? Figure out how we'll approach a villain with his particular strengths and weaknesses. And assume our third member will be ready to fight if we tell him to. Yeah, I'm sure if Tin Hardest Rider shows up with his sword and shades and shit and we say, hey dude, look, bad guy, go kill, I'm sure the guy will be more than willing to oblige. It's just, man, what? It feels wrong, planning around him, like he's a weird hypothetical battle mannequin. From the things I have heard about him, from your own personal mouth, that actually sounds like a pretty apt description to me. No, it's more complicated than that. And I'm supposed to be getting ready for this huge deadly battle, which is so much more intense than anything I ever did. Even like 3 years ago, back when I was actually doing adventure shit instead of watching Dane Cook movies. And somehow, be all geared up for that, and meet my teen bro for the first time, and say, oh, there you are, that's cool, let's fight this random night indestructible asshole. And then, hug bump or something? How do I deal with all this? I think it could end up getting us all killed and none of you are taking this seriously. Okay, Strider, I've heard enough. Huh? I have been more than patient and more than accommodating, but your hang-ups regarding your ancestor are starting to border on pathetic. Hey, why don't you can it? Karkit, stay out of this. No, I won't. Not if you're going to start trashing people with respect to their sensitive issues in a manner that is way over the line as far as the basic ground rules of good-natured shit-talking goes. Ground rules on which I happen to be an expert. Isso foi aqui, gente. Pera aí, só um pouquinho. Negócio de trabalho. Ai. Maravilha. Certo, continuando aqui. Either make sure your trash mother invective is critically constructive or shut up. Who said I wasn't being constructive? God. I cut him all the slack in the world on this, but I can see it isn't doing him or any of us any good at all. I can see I'm going to have to expedite matters. Go figure. Leave it all to Vriska once again. What the fuck are you even going to do? I told you. I'm expediting matters. Po! Tcharam! Ah, reunião de irmãozinhos. Mais ou menos, né? There you go. Strider meets Strider. He's pretty fucked up, but probably a nice guy once you get to know him. Which one am I talking about, you ask? Who knows? Feeling awkward yet? Here's an idea. Get the fuck over it! Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I'm not sure I can take another second of this. A cara dela. Geez, Vriska. Are they really that bad? Who, the Striders? No, they're fine. That's not what I was talking about. There's another problem out there in paradox space which I can't stand for. Not another moment. In fact, it makes me shudder just thinking about this lingering flaw which has yet to be rectified. Oh, what is it? My ghost is being a fucking loser! A cara do John. Então tá bom. Acho que essa aqui vai dar uma imagem melhor. Ok, terminamos a reunião. Só levou quase 1 hora. Ainda bem que eu parei de ler na live passada naquele momento, porque, nossa, ia ter muito texto ainda. A mistura de nuvens com a nuvem. Gostei. Voltamos pra essa parte da história. Legal. Já não era sem tempo, né? I hope I don't sound like too much of a dream bubble novice, but now that we've remembered we're asleep, how do we wake up? Good question. I have no idea. I mean, not that I haven't had a wonderful time recording our stories here with you both, but maybe we should return to our friends soon? What if they need our help? Obviously, I have enjoyed your company more than I can say, but you're right, you cannot stay here forever. Your friends need you, so I will wake you up. Wait, you can do that? Wow. Okay then, I guess that settles that. But before we go, I just want to say, in case we never get another chance to... What the... Huh? Something's happening. Oh. Ih, caíram no vazio. Que porra é essa, meu irmão? Olha. Olha, virou um macarrão. Virou um escorregador. Ui! Que isso? Isso é Alternia? Eu tô doida. I know this place. Então, tell us. Where are we? It's Echidna's lair. Or my memory of it, at least. Ah, or possibly someone else's? Jane! Oh. Yay, ela está de volta! Abra, Fiddling Debra, you silly shoot nerds. My exceedingly strong work as the party's premier bodybuilding hawker is done. Off I go. Jane, you're awake. Roxy, you're alive. So are you. You were dead last time I saw you, and also before I found you sleeping here, but now you're awake and also alive. Yeah, you were dead too because well, now you're... Oh god, Roxy, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight when... Please forgive me. Oh, Janie, you don't gotta worry about whatever sad incident that frowns about. That's all water under a bridge from a reality I got no recollection of and therefore don't matter at all. By which I mean, this reality here. So, okay, the reality is still kind of relevant because we are literally inside of it, ATM, at the moment. But I'm new here! I came over to keep being Roxy since the old one died or whatever through hack debacles. That is quite an explanation. Jeez, I missed you. Come here, you extravagant bitch. Wait, what? The hug pile doesn't stop from getting taller. Huh? The hug pile? There are more hugs, Rose. I can see the hugs. I don't understand the pile thing. Oh, don't you remember? A funny quote from one of Dave's old comics. Oh, yes, vaguely. It's been a long journey, John. I believe one of the most valuable lessons that comes with growing up is gaining the wisdom that gently informs you when it's time to retire a meme. I guess I never earned that handy badge or whatever. I like this though. Every time someone wakes up or pops out of nowhere, it's fun times all over again. I feel like I should be playing reunion bingo. Who will be next? My money is on the long-awaited and insanely poignant reunion between me and Casey the Salamander. Surely you mean the dear Viceroy Bubbles von Salamancer, right? And instead of you, you mean me. That's when the real tears will flow. What do you think she's up to? He? No, she's my beautiful daughter. Something tells me the good Viceroy has been busy. Oh, I sense he's been scheming, plotting, biding his time, accruing dark legions. That sure is a thing that would be dumb if true. Yeah. Spoiler, it's true. Hi, Nana. Jane, I mean. Sorry, it's an easy mistake to make because you're my Nana. Low. Real smooth shit, John. Hello. Pleasure to meet you, John. Or Pop-Up, as I used to know you. Yeah, so I heard. You look so young. Thanks. So do you. My Nana, who used to be ashes on my fireplace, regained her old womanly visage when I turned her into a sprite, and she helped me along the way. So Nana is a sprite. Did you know that? Nope. I thought you should know that. She's probably around somewhere. I hope you can meet her. Oh, also, I'm your son, technically. Did you know that? Yes, it is a pretty strange fact, but also pretty cute. Yep. Oh, Jane, that's my daughter there. Say hi to her. Hi. Hi, John's hot mom. Oh, shit. Also, that's another version of Rose who died, and then I buried and a stupid cat and bird her for some reason and prototyped her. So, say hello to my cute floaty double daughter. Hi, Roxy's hot double daughter. Huh. Rose Prime, I believe you may have just been owned. Goddamn Dave's contagious ass Freudian boners. Wow, I feel so out of the loop. Sorry if I still seem disoriented from my nap, I suppose it was? Or impromptu throw coma? Roxy, you have to clue me in on what happened here. Where are Dirk and Jake? And for that matter, John, where are your other friends? Oh, Jade, where is she? Is she still asleep? Hey, Janie, that is all like a lot of stuff to say, and everything going on here is fairly complicated and heavily peopled. Don't worry, I'll ease you into comprehending shit again. Well, okay, cliff notes are: Jake fucked off somewhere, and Dirk recently fucked off back here through a window, but he left again pretty quick. Dave went with Dirk at whatever they're fucking off to now, I think to get ready for some swords fighting. And yeah, Jade's still asleep, but a couple trolls looked her off somewhere safe for now. The rest of the junk I'm still sorting out myself, cause like I said, I'm new to this exact plane of shenanigans. Yes, you mentioned that. I still don't know what you meant by... Wait! You and John came from another reality where everything went horribly, right? Uh-huh. I just remembered. Really, it's been such a roller coaster ride for my memory since I fell asleep. Your and John's travels were a critical part of the illustrated story reconstructed through our memories with Kelly. What? You saw Kelly in your dreams? I did. Oh man, how is she? I saw her in a dream a little while ago and we talked about lots of stuff. She looked like a troll then. Yes, her troll Sona. She had hers on when I saw her, and we had ours on too. Fuck! She seemed to be doing well. Nervous, of course, since she was hiding. But we passed the time with our stories. It was a lot of fun. I'm so happy I got to meet her. I wonder if I'll ever get the chance again? Well, now that you mention it, it is one of my chief objectives to go looking for her ASAP. And not to be that rogue and brag all heavy, but I may be in better touch with my void powers now. So maybe I stand a pretty good chance of tracking her down. Cause I got something for her. You do? What? Just look present, no big deal. I see. Joking, it is crucial fucking blink chain one. Priceless digit done it. With more carrots than a rabbit too far for holes magic too. Wow! So, you mean a ring then? Yeah. Oh man, that's a great idea, Roxy. You should try and give it to her as soon as you can. Then maybe we can all meet her before we run up for this battle? Yeah. You think I can do it? Sure. I like her chances too. Same. Me too, Roxy. Roxy. I also have some experience helping people along in the right direction when it comes to navigating the abyss. Maybe I could assist? Yeah, maybe. I'm pretty sure I have experience performing literally the same exact task in a slightly different context. So maybe I can double assist? See, Roxy? Everyone thinks you should do it because they all believe in you. That's right. Shucks, fuckers. Y'all killing me here. Meow, I'm so happy. Me senti o miau do Pokémon agora. Friglish, you silly bastard, what's up? All the humans being so close together and happy and friendly. It's making me really excited and happy too, and making me feel like I want to be a part of everything. And get close to a nearby person and be happy at them with my body. Jaspers, what are you... I can't help it, Rose. I want to cuddle. I'm feeling so pleased and friendly. Jaspers, no. No, don't. Jaspers, no. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Uau. É isso. A cara da Therese, velho. A cara da Therese, meu irmão. Meow meow, motherfuckers. Why is everything always so wonderful? Everything is awesome. Nossa, isso aqui tá pedindo. Os pisca-pisca frenético. Welcome back, Jade. Eita porra. Eita porra. Olha lá quem é. Olha lá quem é. Come toward me. Fala, Gui, tudo bom? Boa noite. Bem-vindos. Hi, it's good to see you again. You are kind to believe that. How long has it been? There is no way to measure. Jade, could you wait over here? I will return in a moment. A trilha sonora hoje tá casando, né, com os momentos. Que bom. Serve, serve. I've been searching for you. So you have. And I've been waiting. What will it be? Pardon? I don't... Forgive my faltering, Miss Calliope. I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to ask you something? No, but you may if you wish. Oh, in that case, Jade told me that you enjoy telling stories like me. Is that true? I used to. Long time ago. Não, peraí. Fala, Chispinho, tudo bom? Long ago, I would tell stories to myself, for the sake of amusement. Now, I only tell them to others, when it serves a purpose. Is there a story you would like to hear? Já ouvi falar sim, Gui. A tia Sara falou desse jogo pra mim. Eu tô pra jogar ele, só que eu ainda não joguei. Ele é legal? Foi engraçado porque no dia eu tava tentando fazer a Sara jogar a série do Zero Escape e ela tava tentando fazer eu jogar o Your Turn to Die. A gente tava tentando fazer essa troca de jogos uma com a outra. Possibly? There's so much to wonder. Why are you here? I mean, in the lair of Echidna. This is where I was killed. Would you like to hear that story? My death was the very end, of course. When telling a story of the end, where does one begin? At the true beginning, or one of the many points between distinguished as such. Disguised. Meu Deus do céu, como é que eu li distinguished? At the true beginning, or one of the many points between disguised as such. In a story of the end, which events preceding the final moment itself shall be considered extraneous. For me, none were. For you, all are. It simply depends how long you're willing to listen, and for how long you have. How long do I have? Now that you're here, not long at all. Eu assisti Em vez de jogar, eu fui atrás de assistir aquele jogo dos irmãos do caixão lá, sabe? Que tá bombando agora na internet. Aí eu vi uma rota lá e depois eu vi o resultado da outra rota. Mas eu me senti tapeada, porque ainda não saiu o jogo todo, né? Saiu 2 capítulos, tem que sair o 3º ainda, vai sair ano que vem. Nossa, mas nenhum daqueles 2 lá é gente boa, hein? Pelo amor de Deus, os 2 são duas encrenquinha. 2 psicopatinha. Oh, I'd want to listen to as much as possible. In whatever amount of time I have, if you please. É, Chispinho, esses mesmo. Ai, que coisa essa história, viu? Vou te contar. From the true beginning, then, and moving swiftly. I began the same as you, vulnerable, weak, but without the comfort of others, to whom those flaws would endear me. So I became strong, and killed my brother. I wore him down. I ate his soul. I dressed my words in his blood to hear victory every time I spoke. I consumed his strength too. It was always in me, just as yours was in him. But being strong was not enough. A dead session is an impossible time challenge. The planets detonate sooner and sooner, one by one. It is a trial designed to be unwinnable. A muse of space could never solve it. but the Lord of Time could, with relentless perseverance. It could only be him. My brother? Yes. I was never meant to rise to the place he holds because the game was rigged, tilted in favor of his aspect. Having gained immortality, I could sit forever in a spent dead session, or I could seek counsel with the mother of monsters, and that is why you stand in my memory of her lair. Her choice was simple, and I accepted. She mercifully ended my life then and there. Less mercifully is what came in exchange. My soul would have to wait here for what felt like a very, very long time. Wait for what? You. Echidna told me that your visit would be my signal, an indication that the furthest ring around me had uncoiled itself momentarily enough to be navigable. It would mean it was time for me to go and fulfill the rest of my promise to her. So that is what I'll do. I see. Then what about me? What do you mean? I was under the impression I needed to find you, and apparently that was true, so that you can leave. But I thought this encounter might hold some purpose for me, that you might let me know how I fit into everything from this moment onward. Your only relevance here, and to the greater good, was to function as my signal. A simple notification, as foretold by Echidna. Now that you're here, I can go. But then, what should I do? You don't need to do anything. Be who you've become and who I didn't. Consume the fruits of an existence I could never understand. Live. Oh, tadinha, ficou sozinha. Ah, pelo menos tem a Roxy lá. Êêê! Aí sim, hein? Aí sim, meu bom. Hehehehe. She's alive. É bem confuso. Ah, eu gosto tanto delas, meu irmão. Ai, vai ter um S agora. Nossa, faz tanto tempo que a gente não tinha um S. Vamos lá. Faz o S. Essa foi horrível. Acho que esse é o melhor som que o Toby Fox já criou. Carcat e a Canaia. So, you actually understood what she was saying with that earth-splitting malarkey? Yes. Wow. I guess we really did send the right person then. Plus one useless tag along, I guess, to bear witness or something. And probably record the legendary conversation like a scribe with his benchmarker's pen into the hollowed scroll of the second banana. What? Except I didn't bring my pen or scroll and I don't speak monster screaming. So my transcript would read like more shrill noises like God playing the edge of a glass inside your think pen. Marion continues to nod along. We talked about you. What? You did? What did she say? It was a short conversation. The entire exchange was quite brief and straightforward, actually. No, I kinda got that. Even though I don't have a keen ear for beastwaddle, I can still detect when a conversation doesn't last for much time. I mean, did she say what she wanted with me? Or what she wants me to do? You don't have to do anything. And she didn't want anything with you in particular. She just wanted you here. Okay. Well, here I am, Queen Snake. Satisfied? Yes, she is apparently. Then what did you talk about when my name came up? Now is probably not the right time to get too deep into the subject, but it was nothing bad, to the contrary, really. Okay, then what about you? Why did she want to see you, Kanaya? Can you at least tell me something about this maddening exchange? The bottom line is, the meeting has served its purpose and Echidna is satisfied. She will release the frog when the time comes. I think Vriska was basically right. She wanted to get a look at us, to assess our worthiness, before she would agree to authorize the conception of another universe. It would seem that we measured up once her questions were answered. What questions? Those pertaining to how her universe would be treated once occupied, and whether we intended to take that responsibility seriously. By following through with the duties we have fundamentally tasked ourselves with by our natural inclinations. I mean us, specifically, you and I. Duties? Natural inclinations? What the fuck is she talking about? Natural inclinations, I think, just means some idea that is important to us, that has threaded its way through every moment and decision of our lives, even when not apparent. The refrain of our being, maybe you could call it, a thing that attracts and inspires us and simultaneously weighs on us so heavily we are never sure what to do. For me, it is procreation, I believe. And so does she. Fighting for the persistence of our people. I guess you could say motherhood? What about me then? I think that is for you to say. I'm not sure it is, really. If I'm hearing you right, worthiness or inheriting this universe hinges on whether I can live up to what my shit is about, so to speak. But I don't know what my shit is about. I'd really like to know, actually. Considering it sounds like you touched on that subject with her, even if only briefly, then it would sound like a conversation I would have benefited from understanding. Really, if there was only one clangorous creature's creed I'd like to have been able to parse over my lifetime, this was probably it. So, you really don't have even the slightest sense of what you stand for? Some concept that speaks to you in some way, or represents ideals important to you? I don't know. Blood? Blood. No, not blood. I mean, not really. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what that means or why I said it. Except that it's the easy answer, just cause it's my fucking aspect. Well, it's a topic I can get behind. Do you have any? What? You mean aside from a shitload of the stuff I carry around in my veins all the time? No, sorry. Oh. Please don't look at my body like that while drooling. Oops. But really, I don't have a clue what my aspect means. or if it even has any substantive correlation with my shit per whatever Echidna was going on about. Honestly though, when we started playing the game and learning about all the aspect stuff and who was what, I got so excited when I found out about mine. I was like, what? Blood? Fuck yeah, that's me. That's so badass. I am badass, so yeah, that checks out. And even though the thing about being a badass was bullshit, it still just felt right. And I think it still does. That's nice. I think it can only be positive to feel a deep affinity for one's aspect, better than being at odds with it. I never felt like I had much to do with space, until eventually, I somehow came to understand space meant more than just space. Like, not just physical room and dimension for stars to occupy. It's deeper than that. A field related to propagation, the ones who create it. They are passing the torch, as it were. Yeah, at first, I thought blood just meant like something about being a warrior, or being completely ruthless to anyone standing in the way of victory. But as more time passed, I realized there was probably a lot more to it. And I still don't understand. Maybe I never will. But you know, even though I don't have those immature veils on being a big shot anymore, I still want to fight. You do? Yeah? I mean, not any old time like some belligerent asshole. But when everything is on the line, and it really matters, like now. So maybe I wasn't too far off on that part of my aspect. Maybe it does have something to do with like the warrior spirit shit, even if your body and skills can't quite back that up. Could be. It could also be there's more to being a warrior than engaging in physical combat. But seriously, I still do want to help make a difference in this battle somehow. I know you do. Look, I completely admit I'm shit. I'm the shit they reserve for the smallest toilet when it comes to fighting ability. All that smack talk between me and Riska about my uselessness, that wasn't even some snappy little farce. Were we all right Carcat's crotch bandu for a lively chuckle? It was just some basic boilerplate interlocution that was exactly on the fucking level. I'm not a god tier, but you know what? Neither are you, and neither is Terezi. But you're both great and deadly as shit. It's no excuse. I've never been any good, and it took me a long time to come to terms with how deluded I was about that. Eu gosto de falar essa palavra também, deluded. The only reason we ended up winning our game was that everyone else was able to pick up the slack for me. Pretty much all I did was spend a few weeks shouting at everybody. I never told anyone this, but even when I beat my denizen, I'm pretty sure that's only because I got the one reserved for the weakest players. Like a special one. You know how there's that supposedly rare one that only really strong players get? It has some weird fucking name. I'm pretty sure mine was like that, but just the opposite. Really, I never said anything about this, cause it was so embarrassing, but when I got to him, he was weirdly small. Like, just really small. And he mumbles his choice shit, which is, of course, I completely ignore. And he seems to know I will. I can hear it in his voice. He knows I won't care. He can sense my contempt. He can sense how small and pitiful I feel. And because he's like all-knowing and shit, he's factored this in. On some level, I think I understood all this, and it just made me furious, so I killed him. And it was too easy. Even for me, it was easy. GG. I remember thinking, what the fuck? After the final blow. So yeah, I've been pretty sure I got a training denizen ever since. It was just a matter of admitting it to myself. Actually, as dumb as it sounds, I think I'm still not comfortable with people knowing that fact. It still feels humiliating. Would you mind not telling anyone, Kanaya? I'll stay quiet. But yeah, my utterly tragic lameness attribute notwithstanding, I'd still like to contribute. I know it won't count for much. I might even get in the way of somebody competent, but it matters to me to put everything on the line for all the right reasons this time. Not to prove I'm strong or awesome or anything. The opposite, really. To put myself out there knowing perfectly well I'm not. I feel like I have to earn the right to inherit this universe like everyone else. Not just get dragged into it on the loose fabric of everyone fucking's pajamas.
Pajamas?
It also feels important to just, I don't know, stand there with my friends. They're risking their lives and they may be more supernaturally resilient or whatever, but hey, I should be risking mine too. To at least show I'm there with them. And who knows, maybe a moment will present itself where I can do something important, like nudge someone out of the way of a random flaming fuckball just in time. Or some other small thing actually within my ability. Maybe I'll die in the process of saving someone more crucial to victory. If that's what it takes to be a part of this, so be it. I'm in. That's why you're our leader, Karikit. I'm not your fucking leader. Statements like that are also why you're our leader. No, I don't accept that. You have to. What? Why? No, I don't. Look, we just established this back on the pad. I'm not a leader anymore. End of story. That isn't what Echidna said. Huh? It was part of the deal. What deal? The choice she gave me. It was straightforward, like I said. Seeing us was mostly a formality. She was perfectly willing to release the frog. But there was one small thing I had to agree to first. What? To protect you. In addition to living up to the things I supposedly stand for as well. The resurrection of our people. But once I did that, she made it clear they'd need guidance. She didn't seem happy with the idea of her universe being stricken with another race of lost trolls. Stricken. Maybe she feels you are the best chance we'd have at preventing that. Are you fucking joking? Not at the moment. These denizens are full of surprises, aren't they? Okay, cool. Whatever you say, Echidna. It's probably a lot of shit, but it's probably a lot of shit. But a deal's a deal. At least protecting me should be a pretty easy promise to live up to, right? I'd hope so. Sure it is. When I head out to battle, all you have to do is stick near me and do your best to provide me cover. I think as long as you're giving your best effort, you're technically keeping your end of the bargain. That would be one way of handling it. Great. It's settled then. Now let's get out of this stuffy cave and get psyched for battle. Man, this is going to be great. I can't wait to dust the old sucker off. Which one to use though? Smell you later? Probably lacking in combat stats, but it's hard to say no to a classic. This way, Kanaya. Don't worry, I'll meet you out there. Once it's all over. Huh? Uf! Ela fez exatamente isso aqui nele, quer ver? Primeiro ela fez isso. E depois ela fez isso aqui. E agora o Karkat vai ficar assim. KO'd! Pate-pate, né? Porque ninguém é de ferro. Pleasant dreams, friend. If you can hear me in your dreams. You probably can't. They're back! At last, an end to this dreadful lull in our recent social patterns. What lull? You've been talking non-stop since you were created. You see, Roxy? We all knew you could find her. Especially me. Not to boast, but my faith in your ability to retrieve the cherub wasn't just some suckering friendly nonsense like it was for pretty much everyone else here. It was established in what is now a highly focused understanding of my aspect as well as these radically magnified feline instincts. Yes, good point. It's true that feline instincts in no empirical way contribute to one's prognosticative acuity, fair enough. But they really make it feel like my intuition has more credibility than it really deserves. And to the cat portion of my being, that is good enough. Holy shit, I am legitimately pleased with myself right now. Bruce, is this her, Roxy? Of course this is her. Hello, you beautiful creature. Roxy, she's a treasure. A cara da Rosie ali no fundo. This skull, absolutely exquisite. So smooth to the touch and full of luster. So macabre, so sublimely exsanguineous. Meu Deus, que palavra é essa? Quite the fetching artifact to keep propped on such a smartly dressed pair of shoulders. Could you maybe stop pawing at her? It's creepy. The suit is spectacular. Tailored yourself, I gather? You have no idea what a burning desire I have to get hair on it, but don't worry, I won't. Oh my god, her eyes. Perfect glass, like a priceless doll's. 'Tis a special friend you pulled from the dead, Roxy. Thank you for sharing this gift with us. You there, John's hot mom. It wasn't a Freudian slip that time I said it deliberately. Kill me. We phantasmal kitty folk don't have much use for distinguish the thoughts we think to be true in our minds, nor do we bother to veil attraction to what which we find sexually appealing. Meow. These ideas I'm having, they're so interesting. Whatever this frame of reference has been all my life, color me glad I'm dead. John's hot mom, did you know you killed me? No, not the girl, the cat I mean. You were twice culpable in a way. The murder weapon was in your custody and bequeathed to you roundaboutedly by you yourself as an aged ghostly granny woman. The plummet of that gut-crushing tome was the last thing I ever witnessed. Of course, the old woman herself was murdered by the accursed thing too, so one could hardly blame her for pulling a few strings here and there that it might find another victim. When a bedeviled joke opus is taken with certain individuals, it can be difficult to wrest them away from its favor. Well, look at me, boring you all with elementary tome trivia everyone knows already. What is this, the kitten corner? The fact is, John's hot mom, one time you and your cornball book made a pussy pancake out of me. I suppose Roxy had a hand in it too, technically, though it seemed Mom had it in her blood to do well-intended harm to that poor creature I used to be. It's okay though, cause she makes up for it with the best funerals. They are a treat. Each of my halves received one. I remember you so clearly in that desert as the life drained away, and I muddled through the shabby last words of a raffish amateur. I clearly remember, in spite of what a heckin' showing that was, I still had the presence of mind to be overwhelmed by the sense for how much you cared, and that gives me such a warm emotion right now. It makes me want to poof up a little with friendliness. But these aren't the only memories of death I have. Or the only memories of life I had, for you see, I've had many. Scoring these sprites, it's a marvelous thing. It opens you up. The selves become curiously multidimensional, concentrated. I recall the lives of many roses lost, and many jaspers, maybe even more than 9. Not that any of them matter now, they each chase their own laser pointers to their respective futilities, and now I am all that's left of them. Brr. Nor does it matter to the task at hand for which we must prepare, does it, Hot Mom Cracker? What? For the battle ahead! We're still on healing duty, Didn't anyone tell you yet? No? The game plan is simple. You jumpstart the cadavers while I scoot you around. How's that sound, Caco Tits? Does it tickle your toe beans? Meu Deus do céu! Até a Therese. Well, that settles that. Plan of action secured. Maybe it's time for you to go away now? It may very well could be. Farewell transitorily. Hello, Kanaya. Funny meeting you down here in this cave. That is to say, the place I knew you went to and skittered here to visit in order to find you. Rose, dear God, what happened? What hasn't happened? We've been through a lot, haven't we? All of us? Reality itself, really. Reality has been through so much and puts people through so much simultaneously. Like the two of us, reality has put one version of another of you through so many things with one version of another of me. It's all been so sweet and stupid and silly and sad, hasn't it? You'd agree if you could remember. But after I watched your molecules come apart, as I lay there dying in the great big neon skied litter box, there was one thing it occurred to me I never got a chance to say to you. Nuzzle. Nuzzle. Dave and Dirk! Surely this is where the party's at. Couple of cool cucumbers like you? See, Dirk knows what's up. What with the party pants? I'd call them the cat's pajamas. Kitty.
Pajamas?
If that phrase doesn't literally describe my ensemble. It feels like someone just dunked me in a chili tub. Earth to Strider Bros. Does it look like I'm in the mood for a fucking bath? So, this is it? The big reunion comes down to this then. A lot of awkward sitting around while we all gaze at my father's pretty legs? Boring. I'm a sprite to the second power, yet what do I find sitting here on this ancient skyscraper? None other than the true squares of the party. Bounce. Meu Deus, ela tá visitando todo mundo. Surprise, Jade's unintelligent father, and greetings, for it is I, a brand new entity with which you are not familiar, and that bold troll sprite, I guess. And oh, hey, the less unprototyped kernel. That's sure a tantalizing tidbit worth acknowledging if I ever ogled one. Like a stray toy some idiot chased under the fridge. Okay. Okay, looks like you're both really boring too. Sorry to barge in on your weak times. Sniff you later. Eu nunca vi um gato tão imperativo, cara. Só em Homestuck mesmo. A reação imediata da Rose. Essa aqui foi muito boa, cara. Ai, mano. Bom demais. So, it just occurred to me, no, I saw this peregrine sprite, and it is like the little blinking light on those Ghostbuster traps reminding us all it is an empty vessel in need of a lost soul. What? Wait, no, time out. Ridiculous cat rose, I have stood by silently agog at your shenanigans, but I can't let that flagrant piece of misinformation go by unchallenged. Brr. That's not how the ghost traps work. The light blinks after they catch a ghost. Oh, really? Yes. A Rosie teve o momento ick dela, né? I just wanted to clear that up before you carry on with more of your silly nonsense. Anyway, please continue. Thanks, Professor Nerd. I'm feeling a lot more knowledgeable about the fake thing now. Now, about that sprite, which one of you here was concerned with the resurrection of fallen friends? Was it you? It was you, wasn't it? Regardless, you're the only one left in this lily pad with any vested interest in whatever deceased member of that particular legume exhibit gets to rejoin us. And if my tally is correct, that's 4 torsos but only 1 kernel. Vriska said that kernel was supposed to be for our potential resurrection purposes. And so was yours. Vriska? Who's this now? No, can't say the name clinks a water ball. In fact, it sounds very suspiciously like the name of someone who probably scampered off, leaving exactly this kind of moral dilemma to those of us who stayed put. So, who is it going to be, huh? Deixa eu ver aqui, foi o meu, tá? A princely young wizard who raw science through a wand? Or a fishy young princess who never spoke once to Lalonde? What about the other guy, the one tough half-dad only? Or the girl who likes ships cause they made her less lonely? Meowsers, what a mystery. But seriously, that's all from me tonight, folks. I've sincerely adored hogging all of your attention and you've been wonderful. Thrills into the night. Yeah, she's just gonna bring Nepeta back, isn't she? Puta que pariu! Wow, 10 path options. Wait a minute!
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Olha isso, cara, é muita coisa, é muita coisa, é muita coisa, é muita coisa, meu! É por isso que essa parte é tão longa. Olha isso. You click and click, but nothing happens. This path selection screen seems to be broken. Looks like free will got greedy and overloaded the thing with choice, rendering the graphic up there completely useless except you guess as a cool roll-over thingy. For the first time ever in the over 9,000-page history of this website, you begin to feel slightly deceived. Oh, how you would have loved to taste the fruit of free will one last time before this wild ride jerks our bodies to a deadly stop. Alas, it is not to be. You must proceed through all of these options linearly, one by one. You click the link below as usual. Ah, que bom, não está funcionando, mas olha o tanto de coisa que tem pra fazer. Isso sim tava me dando nervosinho. Primeiro que esse bait aí no meio fez eu ficar com nervoso, porque, né? Achei que fosse mais de 10. 10 já é muito, mas assim, achei que esses do meio equivalessem também. Mas não. É tipo... Aqui, 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 aqui. Eu cliquei e nada aconteceu, então é isso mesmo, é bait. Então a gente vai seguir na ordem que tá aqui, pelo visto. Ai, gente, mas sinceramente eu tô sem voz já. Eu acho que eu vou terminar a live agora. Vamos parar aqui. Mas como tá brilhando, e como eu vi ali no próximo quadro, vai ser isso mesmo. Primeiro a gente vai ter o diálogo do Dirk com o Dave. Depois a gente vai ter uma parte que vai ser a Therese, Calliope, Roxy, Rose, John, Jane. Depois a gente vai ter o tão aguardado momento da Vriska com a Mina, aguardado por mim, no caso. Depois a gente vai ter a Roxy com a Calliope só. Aí tem a Therese, Rose, o John e a Jane. Tem uma coisa aqui só pra Roxy. Tem outra coisa que é esse sprite, né, do gatinho com a Rose e a Jane. E tem a Roxy com a Calliope de novo. Nossa, 2 delas. A Roxy aqui tá como, né? Tá aparecendo em vários. Amei. Aí depois vai ter de novo o Dirk com o Dave. E daí vamos ter a Roxy mais uma vez com a Canaia. O que deve ser o negócio da Matriorb, né? Porque essas duas, quando elas juntam, é basicamente pra falar disso. Mas essa previsão você só saberá nas próximas lives. Eu vou ficando por aqui, então. Espero que vocês tenham gostado da live de hoje. E das lives de sempre, não sei. Mês que vem estamos aqui firmes e fortes, lendo todas as quartas-feiras, se possível, HOMESTUCK. Não acho que a gente vá terminar HOMESTUCK ainda esse ano, mesmo que eu... Não tem como eu rushar, né, porque eu tô lendo em voz alta. Mas mesmo que eu fizesse mais de uma live por semana, que é uma coisa que até dá pra eu fazer, dependendo, eu acho que não dá pra eu terminar ainda esse ano. São muitas páginas. A gente tá na página 7.672. E é mais de 8.000, lembrando. 7.672. Falta... 8... 28... Falta umas 430 páginas pra gente chegar no 8.000, por aí, né? 430... Talvez a gente dê conta de ler em umas 3 lives. Existe a possibilidade da gente terminar HOMESTUCK ainda em 2023, mas eu acho difícil. Mas em todo caso, vejo vocês, se der tudo certo, no dia 6 de dezembro. E é isso. Tem muitos anos de HOMESTUCK. A minha previsão, em primeiro lugar, para quando eu terminasse HOMESTUCK, tava marcada para fevereiro. Não sei porquê, eu achei que fevereiro seria a data certinha. Ainda pode ser que seja, né? Então, para todos os efeitos, até fevereiro eu acho que a gente pode ir lendo HOMESTUCK. E é isso, vou ficando por aqui. Na próxima nós teremos o diálogo tão esperado do Dave com o Dirk. E beijão pra vocês. Se cuidem direitinho, bebam água. E é isso. Tchauzinho, pessoal. E domingo tem mais Watch Party de Doctor Who, hein? Só aparecer lá no Discord. Agora sim. Fui!